Hello folks, this is Sulu speaking. You're listening to another video for Teamfight Tactics. This is a double-up game I'm playing together with Antisocial Monkey. In fact, I'm actually playing with a number of our group here. We also have Headwinder and Rienzo on a team, and we have JDPL Grillo and Willow Arkin on a team. We actually have a group double-up game that we were doing on one of our Friday morning sessions. In this game, we're going to be looking at a Star Guardians team composition, one that I've wanted to feature. First time I've been able to kind of get some footage that I wanted to put together for a Star Guardians team composition. You'll also notice that this is a game that was played on live stream, so you have me in the corner. The commentary you're hearing is not going to match with what I was saying on the live stream recording, so what you're hearing is not going to match up with the little portrait in the corner. Hopefully that's not too distracting. But I enjoyed this game, and I've actually been away for most of the last week. We went on a little vacation with our family, so I needed to pull some footage from the previous week, and this was the best game that I had because it was a chance to showcase a team composition that I hadn't played before. So we're going to be playing a Star Guardians team composition, as I mentioned. Star Guardians is another one of the big vertical traits here in set 15 of Teamfight Tactics. It is most similar to traits like, I want to say, Guild and Heavenly traits from some of the past sets, in the sense that you'll see on the corner over there it says Star Guardian 1 out of 2. But this is a trait that can be played with 2 units, 3 units, 4 units, 5 units, 6 units, 7 units, or 8 units. It is every additional unit you put on the board, you gain additional benefits. That said, there are some differences between this trait and the way that those other traits work. The biggest difference being that Star Guardians only give benefits to other Star Guardians. It's not a team-wide benefit like Guild trait was, so it is not splashable. You if you're gonna play this, I mean, I guess technically it's splashable, but the only units that get the benefits are other Star Guardians. So it's kind of intended to be played as a vertical trait, and I'm not sure that this is quite as well designed as some of the past versions of these traits that are kind of look like this. Anyway, first augment is prismatic. We knew it would be prismatic based on our initial encounter. I didn't really see a lot that I liked here out of these. I've never really liked starter's kit. Prismatic ticket was great if you're re-rolling, but I don't really have anything to re-roll here. So I'm going to take Caretaker's Chosen. This is pretty generic. As you level up, you gain bigger benefits. You start out with a component anvil at level 4. I think at level 6 you get a full item anvil. And then on level 7, I think you get a radiant item anvil. So you get stronger as the game goes on. I decided I was going to try to play a Star Guardian team comp because I hadn't really played that. And I just thought it would be kind of fun to play a Star Guardian setup. I also did have the early Xayah here. I actually had 2 out of 3 Xayah here from early in the game. And I thought would just try to play through this particular unit. Now, part of the issue is I don't actually like my items here very much. I also made a bit of a mistake because I pulled my item anvil that I got from my augment. And I want to take the sword, but as soon as I take the sword, or as soon as I put the rod on Xayah, I was like, oh wait, now I can't combine them together because that'll make Gunblade, and I don't actually want to make a Gunblade here. What I wanted to do is I wanted to take the rod and combine it with a bow to make Rageblade because I'm going to be playing towards Jinx, and Rageblade is one of Jinx's most important items. But yeah, so now I'm kind of stuck with this sword on the bench, and I would much prefer that that item happened to be on the Xayah over there. All right, so basics of Star Guardians. Every additional Star Guardian unit that you put on the board adds a bonus to the whole team. By the way, I forgot to choose my power-up. I was like, I think I'll take this. Abilities can critically strike, gain crit chance every few seconds. I think that was the best of the options there. I could have taken the one that gave additional stat bonuses every round, but that's really for a reroll build. Xayah is not going to be my main carry long term. Like I said, Star Guardians. Every Star Guardian unit you put on the board has a unique function. They give that ability to all other Star Guardians. The more Star Guardians you play, the stronger that ability gets. Let's take Xayah, for example. She's like the main carry I'm going to be playing through here in the early game. Xayah gives additional magic damage on every third auto attack. Every third auto attack deals additional magic damage. As you get deeper into, and it changes based on what stage you're on, and it also changes based on how many Star Guardian units you're playing, because the more Star Guardians you play, the stronger they all get. And they all do things like that. So 1 Star Guardian doesn't really do that much, but once you get up to like 3, 4, 5, 7 Star Guardians, the benefits really start to stack up and it becomes more noticeable. You're also going to notice me grabbing Kales, and the reason for that is Antisocial Monkey has decided he's going to play a hyper-scaling Kale board in this game, like hyper-scaling Kale. He has taken the Prismatic Augment that gives you, I don't remember the exact name, it's been around for a long time. It gives you 25 gold immediately, and it allows you to gain interest up to 100. You can it's Hedge Fund, I think is the name. You can get up to interest based on having 100 gold in the bank. So he is going to try to get up to 100 gold in the bank, where he'll earn 10 interest every round, and he's going to try to hit the Kale 3-star. And in addition to that, he's taking the Kale power-up that gives Kale an additional ability on level 7 and an additional ability on level 10. I think it's called Final Ascent or Final Ascension. It's something like that. But normally Kale gets stronger on level 6 and level 9. This makes her stronger also on level 7 and level 10. So he's going to just be playing the super duper duper weak board early game. And he's going to try to get that Kale in the late game. He's going to try to get up to 100 gold in the bank and get his Kale to late game. So the real question for this game is going to be, can we avoid dying before he can manage to get his Kale in play? Because his Kale is going to be super strong eventually. But if we can't get there, then it's not really going to matter. Anyway, we both lost a lot of these early rounds. I ended up winning the second round, which actually wasn't amazing for my setup, but whatever. I actually really would have liked that bow, but ASM's playing Kale, and Kale is heavily gated by attack speed. So I end up taking the champion instead. I'm going to take this, what's her name, this Ari, and she's going to go on my board. I was thinking that Zaya could take the AD items and Ari could take the AP items, and I would continue playing in this direction. I actually am seeing a lot of Star Guardian units here. I actually have found 5 Star Guardians so far, so I literally have no trait in other than Star Guardian, which is a little bit silly. I would like to splash some other traits in. I'm actually going to get a Rel send over there from Antisocial Monkey that allows me to make Rel 2-star. And then now I'm still stuck in this situation where I have the stupid rod on side. I finally burned the item remover so I can get the rod off. And I think I end up putting that on the Ari because Ari will hold AP items and the Zaya can hold AD items. And Shen is actually also a unit that would be really good to play. I should really be playing him over something here because Shen will give Bastion trait to the Rel, who is my main tank at the moment, and would also give Edgelord trait to Zaya, who's my main damage dealer at the moment. So that combination looks like it'll be pretty strong if I can get it in there. So I'm hitting the Star Guardian units. The problem is my economy is not especially great here because, in part because I am seeing the units. I have to keep buying them. I'd be crazy not to buy them. But it's costing me Econ. I've also gone loss win, which is not exactly what you want from a win-speaking perspective. So yeah, I'm going to take the Syndra off the board and play Shen. So now this looks a little bit better. 4 Star Guardian, 2 Bastion, 2 Edgelord. All right, while we've got a second here, let's cover what some of these units did. I mentioned that Zaya's Star Guardian ability is that every 3rd auto attack deals additional magic damage. And the number for that, again, as I said, increases per Star Guardian and increases per stage. Now, again, that might not sound that amazing, but remember, it applies to every Star Guardian. So on every Star Guardian, every 3rd attack is dealing bonus magic damage. That does add up over time. Rel's ability is she gives a shield. You will actually see it. Everyone on the team gets that shield. Well, that's not quite true. Every Star Guardian gets the shield. The Shen is not a Star Guardian. Shen does not get that shield. But Rel provides a shield, which makes sense. Rel's a tank. You would think that you would get something like that. By the way, I think that I probably would win this fight, even though this person's found a Samira really early on, but I get reinforced on. I'm not going to get any help from Antisocial Monkey in these rounds because, again, he's just playing pure econ game, trying to get up to that 100 gold of interest, trying to grab as many Kales as possible. So I believe he lost all 5 rounds, and we definitely have lost a decent amount of health in the game thus far. But look at this. I'm going to hit 2 more Shens. Oh, wow. And then another Kale that I'll be able to send to ASM in a few rounds. And then another Nico, who's a 3-cost Star Guardian. So, I mean, that's great. Except that now I'm poor again. So not a good game in terms of econ here. I'm level 5, 10 gold on Krugs. It's like, what the heck is going on here? Not exactly what you want. All right, so as I mentioned that the Star Guardian abilities, Rel gives you a shield. Zaya is extra magic damage on every third auto attack. The others also have additional abilities as well. From the units I have on the board right now, I also have the Ari on the board. Ari is after each cast, gain additional mana over the next couple seconds, so helps each unit get the next cast off after the first one. And Nico increases all healing and shielding for the team. So obviously there's like some synergy between Nico increasing healing and shielding, and Rel also providing a shield to the team. And then when I put Syndra on the board, Syndra's ability is gain ability power every 3 seconds. So every 3 seconds, all Star Guardians are going to keep gaining additional ability power. Again, as you put more of these units on the board, they just like keep combining their abilities and stack up stronger and stronger and stronger. So far, I've been able to make some pretty good tank items for Rel. Like I'm quite happy for her to have Sunfire plus Gargoyle Stoneplate. I would have liked to have gotten a bow there, so I could have made Rageblade for Zaya. It's a pretty good item on Zaya, and it's a very, very good item on Jinx, who is the 4-cost Star Guardian that I'm trying to work towards in this game. It's a little bit funny because I feel like I've been hitting a lot of the units, but I'm still not really winning rounds. I've only won 2 rounds thus far. I've actually lost, I've won 2 and lost 4, so that's not exactly great here. I'm looking at the different options here. I was like, all right, I'll take Coronation. And I'm reasonably happy with that because it's going to allow me to play the Syndra. Just gives me the Tactician's Crown. Then there's also 2 more Kales in the shop. Not that I can buy all of them. But like this will help paper over the fact that I cannot level to level 6 here. I just can't do it. My Econ is too bad. I cannot get up to level 6. I'm just going to have to keep slowly trying to build my economy up because we're on 3-2 and I am level 5, 8 experience, 27 gold. Like this is pathetic from an economic standpoint. This is really bad. But the trade-off is my board has like really, really good board quality here. 2-star Rel, 2-star Syndra, 2-star Rel, 2-star Syndra, 2-star Zaya, 2-star Shen, 2-star Nico. Like, what the heck? And then I also have an Ari on my board. I have hit so many Star Guardians, it's crazy. Like, I've 2-starred almost everything. The problem is I haven't been winning rounds with this board. Like, this is a board that should be in a position to be win streaking at this point, but it hasn't been happening yet. I'm thinking that I've probably hit the point now, though, that my board is hopefully going to be able to flip over and start winning rounds as opposed to losing everything. Now, part of the reason why I've been losing the rounds also is I've been getting reinforced on a lot, and that's partly because ASM has not been able to come over and reinforce me. But that's to be expected. He's playing a super scaling Kale build. He's going to get there eventually. I'm just trying to help our team preserve health while we try to get there. He's also taken Radiant Relics and he's upgraded a Gunblade on Kale, or he was able to get a Gunblade on Kale. And he actually said to me while playing, he's like, oh, I'd really love it if I could get the Masterwork upgrade and turn this Rageblade into a Radiant Rageblade as well. He's on 7 Kales. He also has a Poppy he's going to send me, who's one of the 4-cost Star Guardians. And then that's going to be the next unit on my board. So I'm continuing to hit Star Guardians. If I could just get some economy here. But hopefully my board is stable enough that it's going to prevent us from just continuing to bleed out HP. And then hopefully we'll get to the point where that Kale will become a 3-star unit soon. We only need technically 1 more Kale between us because ASM has 7 and I have another one here. And then hopefully we'll be able to flip over and just start winning rounds. And it looks like my board is now at the point where I'm starting to win rounds, which was almost inevitable given the fact that I was hitting 2-star versions of like every Star Guardian. Like at some point, I'm going to have to flip over and start winning rounds. And like now I'm able to come over to ASM's board, and that's going to turn into a win for his board as well. Again, we were just trying to preserve health. We know we're going to be able to outscale just about everybody in the lobby. We just have to not die for that to happen. Another side benefit is we do still get the early pick on the carousel. We're still lowest health in the lobby, so that's pretty nice here. So ASM can get whatever he needs. I still want a bow really, really badly. I want to make that Rage Blade. As I said, it's a pretty good item on Zaya, and it's a very, very good item on Jinx. So I am able to get that. Again, the benefit of picking early. And then I'll have to think about what I want to do with this sword. I'm not exactly sure what I want. I didn't want to make Deathblade because I really would prefer to make 2 items that build out of swords for future Jinx. Maybe like Infinity Edge and maybe even Shojin. Like Shojin's really good on Seraphine if I can ever get there. All right, I also have the chance to gift ASM either 8 rerolls or a random component. I believe he takes the rerolls, which makes sense because he's playing a reroll build. And I'm actually just going to... Do I go ahead? I can't remember if I level here or not. I think he sends me the Poppy. And then I think I go ahead and level and play the Poppy because it does only cost 8 gold to play the Poppy. All right, there we go. So now I've got Poppy on the board as well. And because I hit level 6, I now get a full item anvil that I can pull. And out of these options, I was like, I'll take the Jeweled Gauntlet. And I'm going to put that on Ari. Remember, I'm trying to develop Ari as my secondary carry. I kind of have most of the items I need for Jinx already. I have a Rage Blade, I have the sword, and I have the other sword. So I need like a glove for Infinity Edge, and then like, I don't know, something else for the other sword. So I thought it made sense to start itemizing Ari. Ari is one of the stronger units on a Star Guardian's board. She typically, you can try to reroll her for 3-star Ari, which I understand is not that bad. There's also a Sorks build that's very popular at the moment that plays her as like secondary carry behind Karma. But yeah, she is Sork and Star Guardian. And her ability is very similar to Ari's ability in set 10. It's all single target damage. She only hits one unit at a time, but if she does kill the target, she deals overkill splash damage to other targets nearby. And all right, once again, I'm finally 50 gold. Hooray! I'm finally 50 gold level 6 on 3-6. Yeah, not amazing. Anyway, I get a component here on the gift round. I believe that I take the glove. There we go. We'll go ahead and take the Infinity Edge. Very nice. And now I get to assign another power up here, with this being set 15. I was trying to figure out who I was going to put this on, and I think I just give the power up to the Nico. I'm going to shift Nico over to being my tank. Now, Nico does not have Protector trade in, but she's probably still a better tank than Rel at this point, now that she's 2-starred. I'm looking at the different options here. I was like, I don't know that I need Shred, Magic Resist, or Armor Shred and Magic Resist Sunder. I don't think that I need that because I already have... oh, wait, no, never mind. Oh, I thought I had a... Armor Shred on my board. Never mind. I must have gotten confused about that. For some reason, I thought I already had Armor Shred on there. Probably should have taken the one that gave the Shred and Sunder, because that probably would have done the most benefit. Instead, I took the one that provided healing to the unit and nearby units. So this is basically like Nico has Old Redemption on her. Like the one that healed the unit every few seconds and anyone standing next to them. So it's like she has Old Redemption on her. But yeah, this should be pretty effective. Nico should be a pretty solid tank right now. Poppy will eventually take over as the main tank, but not right now. And yeah, I mean, we're okay. Okay, now we finally hit the point where we're the scaling's starting to take over, starting to win these rounds. And ASM also has a 3-star Kale, so he's starting to level as well. He's just sitting there with like 90 gold in the bank, trying to level as fast as possible. So that was a really rough stage 2, but we're starting to hit the point where we're looking like we're getting stronger here on stage 3. I did gain an additional Star Guardian or so since the last time. I have Poppy on here. So Poppy's Star Guardian benefit is when Star Guardians drop to 40% health, heal for a certain percentage of their max HP. Again, I think it starts at like 15% and then it goes up depending on how many Star Guardians you have in there. So when units hit 40% health, they will heal for a percentage of their max HP. So again, like I said, once you start stacking all these benefits up, it really does start making the team stronger and stronger and stronger over time. Here, I'm trying to pick up some units I might want to play for additional synergies. I'm going to look to... I think I put in Kabuko for heavyweight. And I get a Radiant item here. And I really was thinking about the Radiant Rage Blade. But I was like, you know, I already made a Rage Blade. Yeah, do I want another Rage Blade? I don't know. I don't think that that's right. And then I actually really like Radiant Gargoyles. It's one of the better Radiant items. But I already have a Gargoyle Stone Plate. So I was like... I think I'll just take the Radiant Warmogs. I don't want double Sunfires. I don't want double Gargoyle Stone Plates. So I'm just going to take a tank item here, and that's going to anchor my front line for the time being. Then I also go ahead and make a Gunblade there. It's a good item on Ari. If I can ever get to Seraphine, it'll be a good item there as well. So yeah, I got the chance to get a Radiant item. I didn't get quite what I wanted. As I said, I would have preferred to have gotten a carry item over a tank item, but like that Radiant Warmogs plus the Sunfire Cape plus the Gargoyles, it really will anchor my front line. So hopefully that'll just make me stable here for the mid game. And if we can make our way through the mid game, again, that Kale, once it hits level 10, if we can get to level 10, it's going to be pretty ridiculous. All right, time for our last augment. We already know it's going to be Prismatic. We had the Gwen encounter. All 3 augments went Prismatic this game. And I see Star Guardian Emblem. I'm like, done. I'll just briefly look at the others, but I want the Star Guardian Emblem. This is going to be super duper strong. I'll stuff it on Shen for the time being. So the Star Guardian Emblem not only gives the unit the Star Guardian trait, it also increases all other bonuses by 10%. My past self briefly highlighted that. I can't go through what every single one of them was. If you want to know what it is, you can always look back at the footage. The reason why it's so hard to know this is every time you put in another Star Guardian unit, the numbers change. And like I said, Zaya's benefit changes based on the stage as well. Just keep in mind that like as the numbers keep going up, it gets harder and harder to deal with the Star Guardian boards. I'll also be able to move this over to someone else eventually. Like, Shen is not really the person I want this on. He's clearly the best person to put it on right now. Like, it's him or Kabuko, who's just in there to give heavyweight trait and mentor trait. So, like, it's definitely better on Shen than anyone else, but I'd prefer to put that on a carry unit because a lot of the things that Star Guardian gives are, like, offensive stats. It gives a decent amount of defensive stats, too, but I do think it's better placed on a carry than on like, a tank. I will say it's pretty good on somebody like Braum. If you get, like, a 2-star Braum, that's pretty good. But I'd prefer to have it on, I don't know, someone like Varus because he's the sniper unit. Or, I don't know, a caster. I mean, I could put it on someone like Yumi, and that wouldn't be bad either, because I will want to play into Prodigy trait eventually. So something like that. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. There are some internal synergies for the Star Guardian trait. Like, and by the way, there's another Poppy. That's nice. By the way, I thought about maybe going for 3-star Nico, but that did not seem like it was going to be necessary. And by the way, I get the Poppy, and then I get another Poppy from ASM. So that's just Poppy 2-star on 4-3. That's, yeah, that's pretty good. I think I'm clear just to try to get to at least level 8 and maybe level 9, because they do need to try to find Seraphine for this board. But yeah, there are some internal trait synergies for this one. Syndra, I believe, has Prodigy trait, and Seraphine also has Prodigy trait. So you have double Star Guardian, double Prodigy. And then you also have the, I think is that it though? Is that it? I guess that's it. I guess there's no other internal synergies for the trait. But yeah, we're now starting to look for Jinx, who is a 4-cost Star Guardian plus Sniper, and she's going to be our main carry. And then if we can find the Seraphine, she is the 5-cost Star Guardian, and she is Prodigy plus Star Guardian trait. By the way, looks like we would win this round. Is it enough with getting reinforced on? No, it is not. But we would have won that round. Still, unfortunately, win streak does come to a close against Headwinder's board. So that's a bit unfortunate there. All right, we have our next carousel here, and guess what? There's a Seraphine on the carousel. I would love, and I mean love, to get this Seraphine because she's going to be the hardest Star Guardian to find as a 5-cost unit. I don't have any realistic odds to find her until I can get to level 9. But unlike before, where we were getting first pick repeatedly, we're no longer first pick, and Rienzo's actually going to grab it. So, oh well. Oh well, I will take the Jinx. I am reasonably pleased with this. I can take Jinx, and I'll just play her, and then I'll get ready to start transferring my items from the Xayah over to her. But for the moment, I think it's better to keep these items on Xayah because I have Edgelord trait in for Xayah. I do not have Sniper trait in for me to play on the Jinx, and it is Jinx 1-star. I'll go ahead and level and put the Jinx on the board, but not actually. Yeah, you can see I was like, okay, hold on there. I thought about it, but then I decided I would wait a little bit longer to try. Basically, I was not going to transfer the items to Jinx until I took Shen off the board. I was waiting until I took Shen off the board for that, and I will be looking to move out of the Shen, but for now, I think it's still worthwhile. All right, Jinx's Star Guardian ability gives attack speed to the whole team, also gives a larger amount of attack speed after takedowns, which decays over 3 seconds. I think it starts at like 8% attack speed or 7 or 8% attack speed, and then the bonus increases after a kill. It goes up to like 25% attack speed that decays over 3 seconds. Just the way that Jinx gets attack speed in standard League of Legends when she kills something. She gets like a big burst of attack and movement speed, and then that decays over the next few seconds. But yeah, aside from that one round that I lost against Headwinder and Rienzo's board, I'm kind of cooking here. Still in good shape, and about the only disappointment is I haven't been able to find the Aries. Ari is often the mid-game carry on this board, but I have not really seen the Aries in this game for whatever reason. I don't know, just I'm not having great luck seeing the Aries, so is what it is. I've been doing pretty well here with the Xayah. After all those losses in the early game, it really stabilized on stage 3, and we've been in good position since then, both of us. So at this point, I am getting 8 Star Guardian benefits. I have 8 units on my board. Every single unit is a Star Guardian. And, wait, no, that's not true because I have the I forgot I have the Tactician's Crown. I get an extra unit. So the Kabuko is not a Star Guardian. But you can hopefully see that as you play more and more and more of these units, particularly if you can get the emblem, it does start to get a little bit out of control. And like this is a board that can kind of outscale a lot of other boards if you can find all the Star Guardians. Now you don't see that there because the other person's mech just one-shotted my whole back line. I actually think I was going to win that round if the mech had not hit the Zaya there. So that was a bit unfortunate. Also contradicts what I was saying as well. But like I said, the basic idea is that you can just kind of outscale a lot of these boards. I think I ended up shifting into the Janna because she gave... Oh, that's right, because I wanted to pick up Protector trait because I was playing through the Nico as my main tank right now. I think maybe I should have kept the Kabuko in there because I was getting ready to transfer items over to Poppy. And putting a heavyweight trait in play would be nice. But anyway, it's not really that big of a deal at this point. But as I said, the emblem gives you an additional 10% to everything, and the emblem can sometimes just tip things over the scales. Like Star Guardian without the emblem and Star Guardian with it is like, it's a big, big increase to have that emblem to pump every bonus up by another 10%. And then if you can get Seraphine to get the 9 Star Guardians, and I think 9 Star Guardians, the last time I looked at it, had an average placement of like 3.2 or something like that. Of course, that requires finding every single Star Guardian and also getting an emblem, which is not exactly like the easiest thing to do. Yeah, I go ahead and shift into Jace because I'm going to move my tank items over to Poppy. There we go. So we're going to shift these over here. Probably should have kept the Kabuko. The Kabuko would definitely be better than the Jace because he'd give the Mentor ability. All right, now we're going to shift the power up over to Poppy, and I'm like going to take this one, gain armor, deal additional physical damage when attacked, and I'm also going to shift some of these items over to the Jinx. I'll pull the item anvil for a bow, and I'm quite happy with Rage Blade, Infinity Edge, Last Whisper. A very old-fashioned item combination, but it's great on auto attackers, and that's what Jinx is. She's an auto attacker. She does get off a big cast. You can actually see the rocket going off there, but she's most of her damage does come from her auto attacks. So Infinity Edge is good on her. Rage Blade's good on her. Most AD items are pretty good on her. All right, I was going to win that round, then I got reinforced on, but in comes ASM. He has hit level 9. He was able to get the Radiant item upgrade for his final Prismatic Augment. And so he now has a level 9 Kale with, by the way, there's Jinx 2-star. Very nice. Thank you, ASM. He now has level 9 Kale with a Radiant Rage Blade and a Radiant Gunblade, and now he's going to level 10, where Kale's going to ascend yet again. Here I'm picking the power up for Jinx. I was looking at this. I don't need the abilities can critically strike. That's not useful. I'll take this one. After enough attacks, fire additional projectiles at enemies. I don't know what the stats are on that one. I don't know like how good that is relative to other things you could be playing, but I guess it's okay. I'm sure it's fine. Jinx gets a lot of attack speed. She has kind of an innate Rage Blade built into her kit, by the way, because she gains stacking attack speed every time she attacks. Now, with that said, you still do want a Rage Blade on her if you can get one, because it helps to get that attack speed stacking up over time. But she does have like internal innate attack speed stacking in her kit as well. All right, we're up against Headwinder's board here. Headwinder is trying to play a Battle Academia board, and it was right around this time that we looked at his board and we're like, oh, he has 7 Yumis over there, and his partner Rienzo actually has another Yumi. So they actually have 8 Yumis between them. We were like, oh no, if he fights another Yumi, they're gonna have Yumi 3-star, and that's gonna win the lobby. Like, that's definitely going to win the lobby. So we have to make sure that we can grab any Yumis we see and try to take them out of the pool. There are 10 copies of each 4 cost. So there. Oh, by the way, here the gift round I get is 5 4 costs. I was wondering if I could keep any of them. I actually don't get any that I really want here. I mostly just take this as a 20 gold drop because that's going to get me up to level 9 faster. And over there, ASM, as I mentioned, is level 9, and he is getting close to level 10. He also has grabbed a Yumi, because we saw that Headwinder and Rienzo were going for the Yumi 3-star. So they have 8 copies of Yumi between them, and we have 1. And there's 1 more Yumi in the pool. Because remember, there's 10 total. They have 8, we have 1. There's still 1 out there somewhere. So if we can get that Yumi, we can deny them from the Yumi 3-star. If they get the Yumi, they're probably going to win this lobby. So it's just a big matter of both of us are going to be looking for this Yumi and hoping to find it. I am going to be going to level 9, and I'm going to be rolling down. I really, really want to find Seraphine, because I need her. She's the last Star Guardian. She's the only one that I'm missing. And then on top of that, I also just want to fill up my board with like 4 and 5 cost units. I want to try to find Varus. He's the 5 cost sniper. He will pair really well with Jinx. Since Jinx is my main carry, I need to get Sniper trait in, and Varus can take over as another carry as well. And then I just want to play like whatever 4 and 5 cost units I can find. I do get 1 extra slot because I have that Tactician's Crown. And on this board, like there's a Braum here. I could definitely play Braum on this board if I want to, because he would put Bastion trait in play with the Rel. So like that's definitely a unit I can play. And I'm anticipating that by the way, I had the leftover items for a Quicksilver Sash. So I just went ahead and made that item. I'm anticipating that's going to go on somebody down the road. All right, so yeah, I'll play the Braum over the Janna. I lose Protector trait, but I don't really care that much about that. And then I've got an extra Jace. All right, well, that actually puts me on 6 Poppies. So I see that. I was like, okay, I'll just hold on to Poppies for right now. I'm already on 6 Poppies on 5/5. Might as well. But I do need to find the Seraphine, and I'll play Cassante for right now. I'd rather play him than the what's its name? The Jace. Jace is not a unit I want to play on this board. I don't really need heavyweight trait. I mean, I could play it, but like it's not really that. It's just not really a necessary unit. So I just have Cassante on the board for the time being. But I do not really want Cassante on the board that much. He uses. I mean, he's not a terrible unit to turn it into a Star Guardian. But I think I can do better here. All right, this fight's close, but Jinx fortunately manages to stay alive, and it looks like Jinx is going to be able to win this fight against Rienzo's Duelist board there. Poppy barely survived that fight. And we are actually going to be top 4 between us, my team with ASM, and then Headwinder and Rienzo's team. Unfortunately, Grillo and Willow got knocked out early in this one, but we did outlast the random other team that was in the lobby with us. All right, so where's that Seraphine? Where's Seraphine? Oh, I can't seem to find Seraphine. Well, at least Antisocial Monkey was able to find a Seraphine. I am going to move the Star Guardian emblem over to the Varus. Would like to find some more Varuses too. And I'm trying to see who else I can put on the board. I'll just play an extra Poppy for right now. That's probably the best I can do. Another 2-star Poppy is like not bad here at all. So I'll just play that unit for right now. And I still need to find that Seraphine. So it was a little bit unlucky in terms of my level 9 roll down. I had a lot of gold to roll with there. I was sitting on quite a bit, but I did not manage to find a Seraphine. Only found the 1 Varus. This fight also a little bit sad. I think I could have won this fight. I think I should have won this fight, but the Katarina that Headwinder had over there took out my back line, so I'm gonna lose that. But oh wait, what's that? Is that Kale's music? Yep, Kale is now level 10, and this Kale, if you have the power up that ASM picked, Kale shoots 3 waves on her every time she auto attacks. Yeah, the Kale at the start of the game only fires 1, just does basic damage. Kale deals like additional magic damage per auto attack. Then at level 6, she fires a wave every 3 attacks. At level 9, she fires a wave every attack. And with this power up at level 10, she fires 3 waves per auto attack. So she's basically hitting the entire board with her ability. And she has a Radiant Rage Blade, and she has a Radiant Gunblade. Yeah, this Kale's pretty strong. Also, Braum just threw the dragon off the board, so that was pretty hilarious. I also got a Lulu drop there. But can I find Seraphine? Like, can I find this unit? Well, I can't, but again, ASM can, so we'll take the extra Poppy off the board. And Seraphine is a unit that gives additional stats to every member of the team. Like, she gives all Star Guardians additional stats. By the way, there's another Poppy. That's 7 Poppies. So I was definitely telling ASM to keep an eye out for this particular unit. I do want to start itemizing her as my next carry, so I'm going to grab a Spear of Shojin for her and try to put her on the board. So yeah, her Star Guardian ability, she gives additional stats to every unit on the team. Like, she gives armor, she gives magic resistance, she gives health, she gives attack damage, attack speed, she gives crit chance, and she gives crit damage. She gives literally like every stat. And she has a passive that causes her to gain additional, she deals additional damage based on how many, there's the highlight there if you want to see what they all do. My past self briefly highlighted that. But she gains additional damage based on how many bonus stats the whole Star Guardians team is getting. So I have enough bonus stats that, like, she would be extremely strong if I could actually 2-star her and get her some items. But I can't seem to find additional Seraphines, unfortunately. The good news is it looks like Headwinder and Rienzo can't seem to find the last Yumi either. So, like, that was the big tension in the game, is could they find that last Yumi? But they have not been able to find it Thank goodness for us. They've been looking for it. They've been rolling. But this is one game where RNG works in the favor of me and Antisocial Monkey because they didn't find it. And if they can't find that last unit, they don't really have much of a chance to win this one. So, final benefits for this Star Guardians team. I'll read them. Rel provided 350 shield. Syndra, 9 ability power every 3 seconds. Zaya, every third attack deals 500 magic damage. Ari, after casting, gained 5 mana. Nico, 17% healing and shielding. Poppy at 40% health, heal 20 per 6 HP. Jinx, 12% attack speed, gained 35% after takedowns. Seraphine, gained 9 armor, magic resist, health, and 9% AD and AP. And the emblem increased every bonus by 10%. Yeah, that last round wasn't especially close. So anyway, there you go. It's an example of a Star Guardians game. I do wish that I'd had a little bit better luck hitting Seraphine 2, Varus 2. If I did Seraphine 2, Varus 2, this would have been absolutely absurd. But we didn't really need to because ASM's Kale hit level 10, and that was just GG for everybody. Anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you enjoyed this game. Thanks to Antisocial Monkey for joining me. Until next time, take care, folks, and I'll see you again soon.